Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tara and I make videos about digital planning and different ways that you can get creative with your iPad. So if that sounds like something that's of interest to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to be notified anytime that I put out a new video. There's a chance that you might notice that my hands do not match my voice here, and I am doing a complete voiceover. I recorded all of my Plan With Me videos before realizing that I had a certain setting off that meant that none of my audio had been recorded the entire time. But in the end, it's not a huge deal because I was planning on moving more towards voiceovers anyway. And so I'm going to go ahead and get to that in just a minute. But I want to start off by just quickly running through what my sticker sets look like. If you actually want to see a full explanation of my release, then I will link that in the cards for you. But as you can see here, this is my first color palette. The first two pages, as usual, are all functional stickers, my personal favorites, and what I find to be most useful throughout the majority of the month. But for these colors, I'm actually super in love with these. I think they might be my favorite. They've got this like dusty sort of look to them. Makes them look a little more aged or a little vintagey in a way. And then, of course, this is our third page. This is the theme page. I went with a sunflower, woodland, cozy fall kind of mix of all of these. And then in the next color palette, these colors are definitely a lot darker, but also a lot more bold. The colors themselves are a bit cleaner than the last color palette. They're definitely not very dusty. And when you look at the theme page, I really start to feel like they have this almost sort of like glow to them. I named this one Midnight Autumn Glow for that reason. I don't know, I feel like they sort of look like they're like lit up by like the light of the moon or a bonfire or something, and I just really personally get that look from it. I don't know. It wasn't intentional. I just noticed it when I was creating my last video, and that's just what I decided to name it. And then for the third color palette, we have similar colors, but just in different sort of tones. It gives off a different vibe, but we still have the yellow, the orange, the sort of green and red. I'm really sticking with these autumn colors. And then I did a bonus palette here, which is the fourth color palette. And these are the colors that I originally designed the whole thing in, and I forgot to include it in the voting for the color palette. So I decided to give this one away as a freebie. So for anyone who's interested, you can subscribe via the link in the description below to my newsletter, and you can get these for free. Or you can also join my Patreon and you will have access to this freebie sticker set. Everyone gets it. So totally up to you, but I don't usually do a completely free sticker set. Just felt like giving these out as an extra this month. So if you are interested, make sure to take advantage of that. So for today's video, I am going to do things a little bit differently and potentially from here on out. For now, we're just testing it, but I'm going to jump into a time lapse here and I'm just going to voice over while also making some announcements. So jumping into September, I'm just going to start by covering up all of the elements that I don't want, and then I'm going to start adding my stickers in as usual. But while I'm doing this, I want to share a couple things with you. So the reason I'm going to start doing things differently is because I had this realization the other day that I have been on YouTube now for a year, and I've been doing these monthly, weekly, and daily Plan With Me's for a full year. And that just feels absolutely crazy to me, but that means that there are at least 36 Plan With Me videos out there, the vast majority of which have all been done as almost like walkthroughs. I do speed things up from time to time, of course, for the sake of timing, but I go through and I explain everything. And so I've taken a moment and I've been reflecting on what I want to do with this channel, what direction I want to go with it. And as much as I love making these Plan With Me videos, I also want to make sure that I have the time to offer more value on my channel. I want to be able to teach more things, and I don't want to just be creating very similar videos every single month. And I also really want to bring some courses to you guys as well, and that requires a lot of recording and video time. And so I'm hoping that by doing these time-lapse videos with voiceovers that I'll be able to save myself a little bit of extra time. And of course, if there is anything that I need to slow down and explain, something that I do that's out of the ordinary, I'm definitely going to take the time to do that. And so I'm 100% open to your feedback on this. I know a lot of people really appreciate me taking the time to explain everything that I'm doing because there are so many voiceover and time-lapse videos already on the internet, but I have a whole year's worth of those already. I think I'm going to try it for at least a month or two and see how it goes, see how much extra time it gives me. Is it worth it? If it makes no difference, I'll just go back to doing my other videos. And if you guys really have a specific thought on this as well, definitely let me know, and I will always take your feedback into consideration. But for right now, I do have a lot of things that I really want to be able to share with you, and I'm just hoping that I can do that by finding ways for me to have a little bit more time. But I really would love to know your thoughts on this. So over the next couple of months, feel free to leave comments. Let me know, because your feedback is honestly so important to me. That all being said, I'm going to jump in now to focusing on the video. So far, I haven't done too much just yet. Like I said, I covered everything up that I didn't want, just like usual, and then I took the gradient sticker and I cropped out the edges of the more red and orange just to make the gradient a little bit smaller. And then I sized it to cover up the days of the week on the calendar. I headed back to a previous month where I had already added the text on top, copied that text only, and then pasted it over top of the gradient. And then I added in the sunflowers, and I just started to sort of size them, rotate them, and place them randomly around the left and right side of the heading, where I could later add in the text for September. After that, I went in and I selected the numbers for the dates, pasted them into my planner, and then sized them to fit over the numbers. And once I was happy with the size, I did something a little bit differently this time, where instead of alternating by day, I decided to just alternate the color by week. And I actually ended up really enjoying the look of this. And then throughout the month so far, I've just been color coding everything to match the week. So everything that I write in that week is all within that color, and I've just really fallen in love with it. I don't know if I'll do this every month or not. We'll see how the rest of this month goes. But I actually really like this, at least the look of it. I'm not sure if it does a whole lot for me functionally, but I really do enjoy it so far. Now I'm just adding some cute stickers, like I'm putting this fox down here in the corner. Now here I'm doing something that I haven't done before. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking 2 of the gradient stickers that have one color in common. So I've got my green and yellow gradient, and I'm also grabbing my yellow to red gradient. And the idea here for what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take each of the gradients and I'm going to size them so that they are the same width. And I'm just going to adjust the heights so that combined, they'll meet in the center at the yellow where their color is the same, and that the entirety of the 2 of them will cover the entire length of the side. You may have to do a little bit of relayering at this point with the sunflowers in the heading, but that's totally up to you. Now I'm just going to come back and add in some more cute stickers. So I've got this adorable stump with the raccoon on top. And you can always swap this raccoon out for any other animal. I made these 2 separate stickers so that you have that option. It's also my mother's birthday at the end of this month, so I added in some balloons behind the raccoon's head. Now I'm grabbing the checked washi tape and I'm finding the colors that match the background of the ombre, and I'm just going to put these in here as headings for the different sections of my little notes on the side here. And this section is going to be my goals section. And now I'm just going to grab the other 3 colors of the acorn, and I'm going to bring these over, size them together, and then I'm going to use them to basically prioritize my top 3 goals for the month. And now I'm going to go in with my cheeky collegian font, and I'm just going to add in the word goals. Just like with September, I typically like to add in a space between each letter. I just really like the way that this looks, at least when I'm doing headings. Now, just as I did with the green washi tape, I'm going to add in the yellow here in the center. And then I'm going to copy and paste that goals text right on top of this washi tape as well. And I'm going to change this to say projects. You can make this say whatever's relevant for you, but it's always really helpful for me to have a place for me to list all of my projects that are popping into my head, whether it's things I'm working on this month and prioritizing, or things that I know that I need to prioritize for the future. I personally just really like having a project section. And because the word projects is so much longer than goals, I did have to go in here and adjust the sizing. And then I wanted it to stand out a little bit better. So with my lasso tool and text boxes only selected, I've copied both the goals and projects text, tapped and changed the color to a darker color like a dark gray, and then pasted the white lettering back on top. Now I'm just lassoing all of the different leaf elements here, and I'm going to bring all of them over to my planner. And the idea of what I'm doing here is I kind of want it to look like a bunch of fallen leaves on the ground. And so I'm just taking each of these individually and I'm placing them and sort of rotating them and just kind of getting them to look like a bunch of leaves at the bottom. This was definitely the most time-consuming part of my whole plan with me, I would say. But I'm actually really happy with how everything turned out in the end, and so I don't mind that it took me a little bit of time to get this how I wanted it. It's also something that I could see being very appropriate for November as well. I just feel like it feels like, I don't know, I sort of want to put this on like a mantle over a fireplace or something. I just feel like it's super, super cute, and I hope that you guys like it too. I've also kind of left a little bit of an opening in the center here because I'm going to add in this adorable multicolored pumpkin that I have. And I think that it really just kind of finishes everything off and makes it all look so, so adorable. Now, in case you're wondering what the lines are on my calendar, I knew that I was going to be house sitting for most of the month of September. And so these lines are just all of the dates that I'm staying in a couple different locations for house sitting and dog sitting. But that completes today's video and everything that I had to share. I hope that you guys enjoyed this plan with me. I really like the way everything turned out. And you'll have to let me know what your thoughts are on these voiceover styles and especially what other videos you would like to see from me now that I'm hoping to have more time to spend creating other kinds of videos for you, more educational videos. So if there's any other way that you think I can bring some value to your life through these videos, please let me know and I'd be happy to do my best to bring them to this channel. Now at this point, all there's left to do is just say thank you. I really appreciate you for tuning in. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate you. You're all the best. I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!